Everyone, today we are going to see the array data structure problem. Here we are going to find the minimum and the maximum element of the given array. Actually, this question has been asked multiple times in the interviews, and if you want to move to the product based company, and this problem will be really helpful, or else if you are working in any of the IT company where really you want to find some of the minimum and the maximum element out of the multiple database record, this logic will be really helpful for you. Okay, then please stay tuned for the logic. So before getting to the programming, we will first understand what is the problem statement. This is the given array, for example 10, 18, 6, 34, 25, 67. This is the given array element. In this we have to find the very minimum, which is 6, and very maximum, which is 67, as the output. Okay, now you can ask, by seeing this, it is a very small set of numbers, so by seeing this we can able to easily say. But in the real time, if you are writing a code to maintain one of the like for example university or the school records, where you want to get the minimum record out of something like a lakhs of record or 1000 of records, right? Then you have to write a dynamic logic which will fetch the minimum and the maximum element out of the 10k elements or more than that. So for that we have to understand how we are going to find this minimum and maximum element out of a large element, right? Okay, before getting to the program, first I'll make you understand how we are going to do this. For example, I will write some number here. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, out of this we know the minimum is 1, we know the maximum is 6, which we have to find it. Okay, first I'll make you understand how we are going to find the maximum element. With the same logic we will apply to find the minimum element. Okay, to find the maximum, first, what is maximum? It is the largest element, right? First we will take one of the very minimum element and assign that as the maximum, and then we will compare that value with each of this. See, to find sum of the maximum out of this, we need some value to compare each of this value and then to decide which one is the largest, right? For that I will do one thing. For example, I will assign some variable called max equal to the least minimum value. For example, in this case, considering I am just taking -12, it is just an example. In the code I will say how you will get the minimum value of integer. So this is the least minimum value I am considering, and now I am going to compare this 12 with the first element of the array, right? The first element of the array is 1. Is 1 is greater than -12? Yes, right? Then we will assign this. This is the max we are having, right? This integer variable max is having currently -12. When my first element of the array is greater than this, then I will assign the max equal to 1, right? Then I will move on to the next element of the array, which is 2. Now 2 greater than max, which is now 1. So is 2 greater than 1? Yes, right? Then we will assign the max as 2. Okay, now we will move on to the third one, like 3 greater than max. Currently the max element is 2. Please consider the previous iteration value. Now currently the max value is 2. Now if 3 greater than 2, yes, right? I'll write it here. Yes, then now max equal to 3. Then array will be move on to the fourth iteration. Here 4 greater than max, which is 3 now. Yes, it is greater than. Then I am assigning max equal to 4, right? Then the array will be move on to 5. Here 5 greater than max, which is 4 now in the previous iteration. Now when it says yes, then I will add max as 5. Then I will come on to the last element. How the iteration will know whether it is a last element or not? Because we will restrict the iteration based on the array length. Okay, now this is the last iteration. Current value is 6, which is greater than maximum. Yes, which is greater than the previous max element 5. Then yes, now I will assign the max equal to 6. and the iteration is completed. Now we will come out of the iteration. Then what is the latest value of the max then? Which is 6, which is the real maximum value. Okay. Hope you all understand this logic, and we will write the program for it. Okay. This is the placeholder I have created to find the min max element of the given array. If you see, the given array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? We will first, as I said, we have to take the very minimum value and assign that as maximum. First we will do that. Okay. There is a default minimum value given by integer. See, this will take the very like minus 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. It will take the minus, and it's a big number, so it is the most least number, right? So it is considering currently that as the maximum. Now to iterate the array, always we need to use the for loop. Currently I am considering from the 0th element of the array. Okay, from the 0th element of the array till I less than length of the array. I less than length of the array, then incrementing each value, right? Here. Now what we need to check? We need to check whether the first element, now this here is where we are iterating the array, because this is the array, right? Whether we have to check whether the first iteration of the element is greater than this. So what we have to check is, first iteration means what? 0, right? So which is I is 0 now, which is greater than max. Yes, it should be greater. Then what we have to do? We have to assign this input of I, right? The first element I will assign as max, right? What is the error here? It says the final local variable cannot be assigned. Yes, whenever the variable is assigned with the final keyword, that value cannot be changed. So I want to change the value, so I am removing that. Okay. Now what happened? The max value is keep on, in every iteration this condition will execute. If this condition is true, then it will go and add the element as max element. Now we will print the very maximum element. Okay, let's start run this. Sorry, I have to give the space. What is the maximum value here? Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is 6, right? We are getting it. As I said, with the same logic, I am going to do the same to find the minimum value. What we have to do? Think int minimum equal to, we have to assign the maximum value, which is default from the integer itself. Now with the same, I have to iterate the array, so I am using the same for loop. This is for maximum. Now I am going to do for minimum, input of I. For the 0th element, we have to check whether the 0th element is less than minimum. If yes, if the 0th element is less than minimum, then I will add that. Right? I will add that. That's it. What is the error again? It is because of the final. And now we have to print the same for minimum. And here we have to print, right? What is the minimum value out of the 6? Which is 1. See, it is very simple, right? All you have to understand, see, before you get into the Java or any syntax, right? All you have to think, how are we going to find the minimum and maximum in a very generic way? Or in a mathematical way, we have to think, how are we going to find that? Same logic we have to apply in the coding. Be it any language. If you are comfortable with C, C++, that doesn't matter. All you have to know the logic. Okay, hope you are understand, and please stay tuned for all the data structure programming questions. Thank you.